Ah, my goodness. We have waited, guys. We have really waited. It's literally been a month. It's been a month of waiting. Mikel Merino to Arsenal. Here we go. Finally, it has been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. We knew it was coming around this time this week. I was thinking maybe Wednesday or something, but it ended up coming on Thursday. Mikel Merino is finally going to be an Arsenal player. We've waited a lot for this one. Man, we had to wait a full month for the Calafiori one. We had to wait a full month for the Merino one. We are very patient as Arsenal fans. You know, we are very patient. I don't think there's anyone as patient as Arsenal fans. But it's finally done, guys. It's finally done. We can finally celebrate the Mikel Merino deal. And this is what Fabrizio's had to say about this. Mikel Merino to Arsenal. Here we go. The three words we've been waiting for all this time. It's finally here. Verbal agreement in place for Spanish midfielder to join the Gunners. 32 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons with favorable payment terms. Contract until 2028. So for those who are asking, it is a 4-year contract, so that will take him until like 32 years of age. Arsenal are closing in on Merino deal since the end of July. Merino only wanted Arsenal. Fabrizio says Arsenal are closing in on the Merino deal since the end of July. It feels like we've been closing in on this deal since like the end of January or something like that. It's been a long time, but we finally have our signing. I could see the frustration from you guys every single time, like in the comments section over the last 2 weeks. I mean, I always knew it was going to happen, just like the Calafiori one. Never doubted it at all. It was always going to happen. You've had a lot of confirmations from Fabrizio, from a lot of journalists from Spain. The player himself already chose Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona, and all those guys. So it was definitely going to happen. At first, Real Sociedad asked for 30 million euros. I think they changed their mind in terms of that, and now they wanted a package of close to 37 million euros, maybe even 40 million euros. There was talks about them wanting close to 40 million euros. So we've managed to negotiate that down to 37 million euros. So 32 million first, and then 5 million in add-ons later on with favorable payment terms. I'm actually hearing, I don't know the exact details, so don't take my word for this one. I'm hearing that we could be paying them 9 million per year for the 4 years. So if that is actually the case, Edu has worked a crazy one right there. That would be a very incredible deal. If you're actually going to pay them something like 9 million per year, that's very, very good because listen, there's the PSI and everything going on with the money in terms of the transfers and everything. It's very difficult these days. So I think Edu has worked one there. If you're actually going to pay them 9 million per year, that's going to be a very, very good deal. So some people still believe that some people feel like that 7 million is too much for Merino. Let me know in the comments. Do you feel like 37 million package in euros is too much for Merino? Do you think we should be paying 25 million, 26 million in euros? Let me calculate that in pounds right now. 35, let's see, pounds, euros to pounds. Let's see. I'm sure someone has it in the comments already. Let's see how much that is in pounds. So 32 million euros in pounds. That is, let's see, that is 27 million pounds. So you've paid 27 million pounds upfront, and then in terms of a total package, that is 31 million pounds. So 31 million pounds for a player who's just won the Euros. I don't think that is a bad deal. A player who's very experienced like Mikel Merino, 28 years of age, I don't think is too old. No, we signed the likes of Trossard and Jorginho around that age, and they've done the job for us. I really don't think like it's too much money to pay for him. It would have been such a great market opportunity if we had ended up paying 23, 24 million pounds for him, yes. But I don't think it's a deal that you could have said, nah, actually, no, you know what? Real Sociedad wants more money. Let's forget about him. Let's go for a different player. No, I think that is a very, very good price for him. And the fact that we've been able to negotiate it to the point where you're going to pay them in installments, in like 4-year installments, that is great. So those are the reasons why, that is the reason why this deal has taken a lot of time. Maybe a week, 2-3 weeks ago, they wanted 30 million. I actually looked back at one of my videos I did that in 3 weeks ago, and they actually had said that they want 30 million euros, and then they changed that to 40 million euros at some time last week. So that is one part of it. And then Arsenal were willing to get closer to that, but they're not willing to pay it all at once. So they are willing to negotiate it down, and that is why it takes a lot of time. So the moment you arrive to that 37 million package, Arsenal will try then to negotiate it down to, you know what, you're going to pay 32 million first and then 5 million in add-ons. And then they'll be like, okay. And then Arsenal want to negotiate it again after that. They'll be like, you know what, we can't pay you this money all at once. We're going to pay in installments. And then Sociedad have to decide on that. And then it takes another 2 weeks. It takes a lot of time. Yes, I don't think there's anyone who takes as much time as Arsenal in terms of doing transfers. But in terms of outgoings, I usually don't have a problem with like Edin Ketia, for example. If you're going to get 7 million extra and 2 weeks means you're going to get 7 million extra, I have no problem in terms of waiting for that. The new signings coming in, I usually prefer them obviously coming to us before the preseason starts. You know, get the players in, get them ready for preseason, have them training with the team, have them play like 4 or 5 preseason games, and then they're ready for the season. Most of our transfers the last 3 years have been like that. Lokonga arrived early, Tavares arrived early, Ben White arrived, I think, when the Euros was going on. Jesus arrived early, Vieira, Declan Rice, Havertz, Timber, all of those guys arrived before preseason started. So we have done incredible work in terms of that the last 3 years. This time it has taken a longer time. I don't know if it's the Euros that has affected it or in terms of Calafiori and Merino. Maybe I would have liked to know if there was no Euros this year when you'd have actually signed these players. But hey, it's done. It's now done. This is our third official signing of the transfer window. It's finally done. The player is finally here. The player wanted to join Arsenal, and that is another reason you couldn't have really gone for another player. He really wanted to join Arsenal. I think he can already speak in English already because he was playing for Newcastle before. So that is perfect for us. And another reason why I couldn't have left him is because of these stats that it feels like we looked at these stats 4 months ago. Like, it's been so long. The fact that Mikel Merino was #1 in terms of duels won in the top 7 European leagues last season. That is why it has been pushing for him like that. That is why they couldn't like change their mind and say, you know what, we're not going to go for Merino. We've changed our mind. #1 in the top 7 European leagues in terms of duels won. So it's definitely bringing some quality to Arsenal. It's bringing experience to Arsenal. It's bringing the winning mentality to Arsenal. It's just won the Euros with Spain. So it can't go wrong. I don't think it's going to go wrong. Now, the other question is it going to be a starter for Arsenal, or is he going to be a bench player coming off the bench to help out Rice and Partey? What do you guys think? Do you think Merino should be a starter for sure? He should be starting games for us, starting from Brighton next week, or do you think he should be coming off the bench rotating? Or are we going to see this midfield, the three of them? Now, there was a lot of talk. I still think Partey is going to stay. But there was a lot of talk about him after that performance against Wolves. I mean, I didn't really look too much into it. I usually give players a pass because it's the first game of the season. I don't expect players to be 100% ready. But could we actually end up seeing this midfield with Rice playing as a #6, sometimes Merino playing as a #6, sometimes Rice playing as a #8, and sometimes Merino playing as a #8? We could see that, like, be unpredictable to the opponents. We could see that because those stats, Arteta loves players who can win duels. So for me, I don't really have a fast team in my head. I'm like, listen, let's rotate these players. Let's get some game. We have Rice, Merino, and Odegaard. Some games we'll have Jorginho, Rice, and Odegaard. Some games we can have Partey, you know, Odegaard and Vieira. It doesn't really matter. This is an opportunity to rotate the players. Last season, we had to play Declan Rice and Odegaard way too many times. Like, there's some